Howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome to JJ's Chess Pots and Palace. Going to do something different. I'm going to actually finish my advanced lessons on chess.com. And you guys can challenge me. If I have challenges, I'll play after I finish the lesson. And I'm going to see how this goes. I've really been putting this off, and I did the first two, the intermediate in the beginning, a long time ago. You know, a few years back, and I started back in 1969 when my dad taught me, and then 72, 73, 74 as a high school chess player, fifth board at one school. I went to the other school the next year. Our levy had failed, so we couldn't play sports, so I went to a private school, non-denominational, and then came back the next year when the levy passed. Actually, I had to start the chess club and get a sponsor, and became the first board my junior and senior year. Did very well my senior year. Hey, Mincat, how you doing? So I want to get these lessons done for myself today, and we're going to start the first one, and I'm going to...
When attacking a castled king, you need to expose it. One strategy is to launch your pawns toward the king to open lines. This is most effective when your king is castled on the opposite side of the board.
I'm going to go with the explainer video here first.
Attacking the castled king is no easy task. Not only is a castled king protected behind 3 pawns, it usually is also defended by pieces. One way to attack a castled king is by sacrificing a piece. This is often a very risky strategy, because if the attack fails, being down a piece usually results in disaster. Another way to attack the king is the pawn storm. A pawn storm is when at least 2 or more pawns work together to try and force open lines to attack the enemy king. Pawn storms can be risky, but sacrificing a pawn or 2 to make the opponent's king weak can have great rewards. In this position, former world champion Michal Tal, known for his incredible attacking skills, has the black pieces. Both sides have castled on opposite sides of the board, so advancing pawns on the side where your king is not castled is often a strong idea. Tal wants to open up lines to attack the enemy king. One idea for black is to play a3. Black is hoping to play a takes b2 on the next turn, ripping open the a file. Unfortunately for black, white can simply keep the position closed by playing b3. When black does not have a good way to open up the position against the enemy king. In the game, Tal played the powerful move b3. One thing to remember about a pawn storm is that not only do you want to remove your opponent's pawns from a file, you also want to remove your own pawns to open up lines for attack. b3 attacks both the c2 and a2 pawns, which means a file will be forced open no matter what white does. White allows the c file to be open with c takes b3. And after a takes b3, white now plays the losing move. When defending against a pawn storm, you want to keep as many lines closed around your king as possible. White should have played a3. Although white's defenses have been weakened and may allow for a future sacrifice on that square, instead of keeping the position as closed as possible, white opens up the a file with a takes b3. Now that the c and a files are open for black's major pieces to use for attack, Tal finishes the game in brilliant fashion, starting with the incredible move bishop e2. Tal sacrifices the bishop in order to open up the c file. We'll see why this matters after queen takes e2. Black threatens checkmate with queen a5. Tal sacrificed the bishop to open up the c file, so black's rook on c8 prevents the white king from easily escaping the checkmate attack. White tries to block the c file with rook c3, but Tal's powerful attack continues after queen a2 check, king c2. Notice the b2 pawn is now pinned to the white king, so black forces the white king up the board with rook takes c3 check. After king takes c3, Tal sacrifices a second bishop with bishop b4 check, attracting the king to the deadly b4 square. If white refuses the sacrifice and plays king c2, black finishes the game quickly with rook c8 check. Since king d3 allows queen takes b3 checkmate, white is forced to play queen c4. When black destroys white's defenses after rook takes c4 check, b takes c4, and queen takes c4 check, followed by capturing the light-squared bishop with check. In the game, white accepted the sacrifice with king takes b4. When Tal ended the game after queen a5 check, white's king is forced to play king c4, setting up the skewer queen a6 check. As white will lose a queen with a winning attack for black, white resigned. Let's take a look at another example of the pawn storm. In this position, both sides have castled on opposite sides of the board, so it is a race between white's pawn storm on the king side versus black's pawn storm on the queen side.
Hey everybody.
Notice that all of white's pawns are already on the 5th rank, so white crashes through first with the powerful move f6.
Doing lessons tonight.
Black does not want to open up the g file after g takes f6 and g takes f6, so black tries to keep the position as closed as possible with bishop f8. White could open up the f file with f takes g7, but white wants to do more damage with the pawn storm and plays g6. The pawn storm crashes through, ready to rip open lines in front of the black king. If black tries to keep the position closed with h6,
I highly recommend them.
White opens up lines to the black king after g takes f7 check, followed by f takes g7, completely destroying the black king's defense. After g6, if black plays h takes g6, white plays h takes g6. The h file is opened, and white is already threatening rook h8 check, followed by a quick checkmate after queen h2. There is no defense for black. Finally, if black plays f takes g6, black's defenses are overwhelmed after f7 check, king h8, h takes g6. White threatens rook takes h7 checkmate, so after h6, the pawn storm has set up serious weaknesses around black's king. White finishes the attack with the powerful sacrifice bishop takes h6. The h file is opened, so black cannot allow white to move the bishop and discover a check against the king. So after g takes h6, black is checkmated after queen f6 check, bishop g7. Now that the bishop is pinned to the king, white ends the game with rook takes h6. Checkmate. Let's take a look at one more position together. So far, we have looked at pawn storms when the kings have castled on opposite sides of the board. Successful pawn storms can happen when the kings are castled on the same side of the board, but there is more risk involved because this type of pawn storm creates weaknesses in front of your king. What should you do when your opponent rushes forward with a pawn storm? We know that we should keep the position as closed as possible in front of our king, but we should also try to attack the center and open up lines for our pieces. In this position, black should play the powerful move d5, attacking the center and trying to open up lines for black's pieces to counterattack. If white captures the pawn with e takes d5, black recaptures with knight takes d5. And after knight takes d5, e takes d5. By trading knights, black now has pressure down the c-file, attacking the pawn on c2. If white defends the pawn and improves the knight's position with knight d4, black can now play bishop d6.
Yeah.
Black attacks the f4 pawn and opens up the rook's pressure down the e-file. Black's pieces are coming to life, and white's advanced pawns on the king side are more a weakness to defend than a strength. Instead of capturing the d5 pawn, if white pushes forward with e5, Black's knight leaps into the center with knight e4. White will have problems advancing the kingside pawns because if the f-pawn moves, the e5 pawn is without protection. Black now threatens a fork on g3, a weak square caused by White's poorly prepared pawn storm. And Black also threatens to win a pawn after knight takes c3. White's position has several issues and will have a difficult game. Now it's your turn to practice attacking the enemy king with pawn storms.
Yeah, I decided on Mondays to advance my lessons. It gives me time to do the lessons because I've been playing wizardry at 11 o'clock and then, you know, doing the chess and doing the puzzles and stuff. And I'll be doing puzzles Wednesday and Thursday, but I decided to do these lessons. And that's why I have a diamond membership. That's why I believe strongly in a diamond membership or even a, you know, gold or platinum, because you can do the lessons. And I stopped after the intermediate lessons 2-3 years ago and just kind of put them off, and I thought, man, I should revisit these and go and do these. And they have a really good advancement. So let's see if I get this right. How can White keep the H-file closed and prevent Black from advancing the pawn storm to H4? Okay? How can White keep the H-file closed and prevent Black from advancing to H4?
Excellent job. White defends against the pawn storm by blocking the lines of attack.
Okay.
American master Frank Marshall has the white pieces. First, which knight should White attack with a pawn? Great job. We begin our first of many pawn attacks, forcing Black's knights to lose time and run from our pawns. Let's remove Black's knight from d4 with another pawn attack. Nice try, but we were asked to attack Black's knight on d4 with a pawn.
Yeah,
Which pawn move does this?
Damn it. I missed. Hug.
Excellent. Black's knight retreats to a square that blocks Black's future development. How can we continue to attack a Black knight and grab more space? Marshall continues to attack Black's knights with pawns. Once again, he attacks the d5 knight with a pawn. Play the move! Here, Marshall could have stormed the center with 9d4, a powerful move. Instead, let's play his move that attacks the f4 knight with a pawn, also a strong move. You got it. Can you find Marshall's next move, creating a powerful kingside pawn storm and threatening to fork Black's two knights? Great work. White has an overwhelming advantage after the pawn storm. Black's knights are in serious danger, and White can easily complete development before Black can untangle from this mess.
Okay. There's always 5 challenges, by the way.
Grandmaster Aaron Nimzowitsch shows us how to use a pawn storm to attack. What move continues Nimzowicz's pawn storm? You got it. Black tries to prevent White from opening up the H-file and start a dangerous attack against Black's king. How can we open up a file against Black's king? White gains space with this move and has a very powerful position after castling queenside. Can you find a way to force open the H-file and create an even strong... You got it!
I knew
Black
it was
tries to
Bishop.
prevent White from... You found the Grandmaster's move? Great job. Now we have a chance to improve on Nim... Nice try, but this does not move a piece stronger than the rook to the H-file first. Try again.
You found, I should read these. You found the Grandmaster move, great job. Now we have a chance to improve on Nim's Wish play. RX H5 was played a strong move, but can we invite even stronger piece to the H file first?
Fantastic. You found an improvement over the Grandmaster's play. The H-pawn was pinned to a checkmate threat, so black attacks our queen. What should we play now?
What should we play now?
Black is forced to play this weakening move, allowing a pawn from our kingside pawn storm to continue the attack.
Okay. Alrighty.
Impressive play. White's pawn storm opened up lines against Black's king, allowing White to build a powerful attack with the major pieces.
Hope you're enjoying this. Okay.
How should White continue to add power to the brewing pawn storm? Excellent. White brings the powerful H-pawn into the pawn storm. Which pawn should White first advance? The G4 or H4 pawn? Black is able to slow our pawn storm down with this move, preparing to anchor the knight with G6. Let's move the other pawn first to prevent this idea. Great decision. White's pawn storm marches forward. Black knight invades our territory with an annoying attack. Let's remove that piece. After one careful defensive move, it's time to continue our pawn storm attack. Well played. White has a powerful kingside attack, while the white king remains totally safe.
Damn.
Grandmaster David Bronstein attacks on the kingside with a pawn storm. Can you find his move?
Black to move. Grandmaster David Bronstein attacks on the king's side with a pawn storm. Can you find his move?
Great job. Grandmaster Bronstein wants to weaken light squares around White's king. This means we need to attack the G2 pawn. Keep your pawn storm rolling. Excellent. If White played H3, Black would move the F8 knight to get it quickly to G5, threatening dangerous sacrifices against the H3 pawn. White adds pressure on the queen side, but keep your attack going and weaken White's light squares around the king. Well done. Black forces a weakness in the white king side and went on to win the game.
Okay. Way to defend the king against these attacks.
Defending your king in difficult positions will greatly improve your results.
Thank you all for coming in and watching.
When you are in trouble, try to keep a positive attitude and look for any opportunities that might arise.
Oh, yay.
Most players prefer to attack than defend. Attacking may be fun, but learning how to defend against attacks not only saves you from defeat, good defense can also win many games by refuting an unsound attack. When defending, remember that chess is a game of many opportunities. There are always chances to save even the most desperate-looking positions, if you keep a positive attitude and look for these opportunities. In this position, Black is in serious trouble. Although Black's pawn is one move away from promoting, notice that Black's king is trapped on the back rank. With White to move, almost any rook move threatening to deliver checkmate on the back rank, such as rook d3, c3, or b3, are all completely winning. As white thinks all of these rook moves are the same, white plays rook a3. White expects black to resign as checkmate looks unavoidable on the next turn. Black could promote the pawn on h1, but it's too little too late after rook a8 checkmate, because black's rook on g2 prevents the new queen from capturing the rook on a8. What if black's rook wasn't on the long diagonal? By keeping a positive attitude, black found the incredible resource rook takes g6 check. Black sacrifices the rook with check to clear the long diagonal. However white decides to capture the rook, either with the king or f takes g6, black saves the game with h1 equals queen, preventing checkmate on the next move. Black not only has saved the game, but now has a winning position, although it will require good technique to win the game. Let's take a look at another example of defending against attacks. In this position, black is playing a much higher rated opponent, and black's knight that was on f6 just got pushed back by the e5 pawn. Now that there isn't a knight on f6, the only guard of the h7 square is black's king. White unleashes a bishop sacrifice, known as the Greek gift, with bishop takes h7 check. Black assumed the much higher rated player had everything calculated before sacrificing the bishop and played king h8. White was able to win the game without any trouble. When defending, it is important to always respect your opponent, but do not blindly trust that their attack must be good. Make sure to always check the most active defense. It looks scary to capture the bishop with king takes h7, as white has a powerful looking attack with knight g5 check. When after king g8 and queen h5, it looks like black cannot stop checkmate on h7 without sacrificing the queen. Notice that knight f6 simply loses a piece to e takes f6 when white is still threatening checkmate. Can you find the saving move that both players overlooked? If you found the resourceful queen d3, great job! Black's queen guards the h7 square. White's attack is refuted, and black is simply up a bishop for a pawn. Let's take a look at another position. So far, we have looked at positions where the defense had an opportunity to take advantage of a flaw in the opponent's attack. In this position, white's pieces are very active and can work together very well to attack the weak black king. When defending, your best chance to survive is often finding an active defense or counterattack. In this position, black could try to ignore white's pressure on the king side and play b3, pushing black's main strength in the position, the advanced pawns on the queen side. Unfortunately for black, after rook h8 check, king f7, and rook d7 check, black's king is in serious trouble. If black tries to hide on the back rank with king e8, attacking the rook on d7, can you see a forced checkmate in 2 for white? White can take advantage of the pinned bishop on f8 and play rook e7 check, forcing king d8, and rook takes f8, checkmate. After rook d7 check, black is forced to play king f6. When knight takes f8, threatens knight h7, checkmate. Black's king is too weak for black's queenside attack to succeed, so after checking black's most active idea, black needs to respect white's attack. Sometimes the best way to defend is by sacrificing material to remove some pressure from your opponent's attack. Black's best chance is to sacrifice the rook for the knight, known as an exchange sacrifice, with rook takes g6 check. After f takes g6, by giving up a little material, white no longer has such a powerful attack. Now black should remain as active as possible by playing b3. When you are on the defense, you want to create as many problems for your opponent as possible. The more difficult choices your opponent has to make, the better your chances of defense. If white doesn't take the pawn, black can play b2, when the advanced pawn will always have to be kept under watch, giving black good defensive chances. But if white does capture the pawn with c takes b3, black creates more problems for white with
because
c2.
the black bishop.
Black is now ready to play bishop a3 and support the passed pawn. So after rook a1, Black activates the passive bishop with bishop b4, threatening bishop d2.
Yep.
After combining careful defense with active counterplay, Black's passive position has come to life and is doing well. Now that you've learned the importance of staying alert and defending as actively as possible, let's see if you can defend the following positions.
Okay.
What?
White has created a powerful attack. Can you find Black's best defense? Can you find Black's best defense? It's either the knight or the bishop. I think it's the bishop.
Great active defense. Black prevents checkmate, moves the bishop to safety, and attacks White's queen in a single move.
Okay.
Can you find a way to defend your bishop and also against White's plan to attack your king?
Can I defend my bishop and White's plan? Can I defend my bishop? Way. Can I defend my bishop? I do not think I can. Can you find a way to defend your bishop and also against White's plan to attack your king? I don't see it.
This does not prevent White from winning a bishop and starting a powerful attack. Try again.
Great. I am going to mess this one up. I can't see it. I don't see it. Because the queen can't protect the bishop. The rook gets taken by the bishop. Oh, shit. I do see
Great
it.
board vision.
God.
You found the only defense that gives Black a reasonable game. All other moves are losing. After forcing the queens off the board, let's see how play can continue.
Hey, Cass, how you doing? Doing lessons tonight. I'll take challenges later, but I'm doing lessons. And I'm just trying to get through the advanced lessons. I did the intermediate in the beginning, but I haven't done the advanced, so I figured, hey, let's make Monday night advanced lesson night. So you found the only defense. Black gives Black a reasonable game. All other moves are losing. After forcing the queens off the board, let's see how play can continue. Okay, rook takes queen.
Black's bishop is pinned once again. Is Black losing, or can you find a good defense for Black?
Can't go there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Black moves the king out of the pin and prepares to defend the weak h6 pawn. Great fighting spirit. Black has defended a difficult position and now has equal chances in this rook endgame.
Okay.
Black's king
There's
is under
always
serious pressure. How can Black defend against this attack?
Challenges. Black's king is under serious pressure. How can Black defend against this attack? Black's king. Ooh, that is tough.
This ends White's kingside attack, but now White will have a strong positional advantage after rook takes b7. Try to find a more active defense. This prevents one attack, but allows another shot against Black's king.
I said, look.
We need to find a more active defense. Try again.
Son of a gun.
Nice try, but this doesn't save Black's position. Try to find an active defense.
Yeah, I'm blowing this one. I gotta look at the board. That's the whole thing. Oh, God. I thought it was here. I really thought the queen going there. It's not there. Huh. And it's queen's not here, huh? What am I not seeing? What am I not seeing? Wow, this is really difficult. This isn't it, it's me. Let's see. I thought it was the queen here stopping the whole frickin' thing. And it's not. And I don't think it's the pawn. And it's not the bishop stopping that either. Shit.
Fantastic work staying alert to your own attacking chances.
Finally
Let's bring... You are becoming a very resourceful player. Great job.
Now, I thought it was too. It was the queen. Bishop was on the line with the queen, so the queen could check. Sacrifice the queen. Didn't see it. Thought it was the queen just defending, and actually there was a better play. I didn't see it.
How can we defend against Black's attack and simplify the position to White's advantage?
How can we defend against Black's attack and simplify the position to White's advantage? Can we simplify? If bishop takes knight, rook takes knight check, and then I made it. So the only way I see it right now is this.
Followed by f4 gives Black a strong attack. Try again.
Boy, I'm missing this one. Because that's mate. If got it again, it's queen. Freaking A. My bad. Didn't look at the whole board.
Followed by knight takes.
Nope.
G2 gives black an equal game due to white's weakened king. Try again.
Ha! Okay, how can we defend against black's attack and simplify the position to white's advantage? It isn't this. Because the rook will take the knight, and then it's check. And the rook takes rook. Oh, shit.
Loses the bishop. Try again.
My coach is mean. Okay, simplify the position. Simplify the position. It's not the pawn. It's not the knight. Not the knight. And it's not this. Not that.
Great defensive play. White forces a trade of queens, blocks black's bishop from attacking the king side, and creates a passed pawn with a two-pawn material
It
advantage.
was the queen. And then I went away from it because I took the pawn thinking that that would do it. Oh, man. And you're forcing pass pawn, and now, yeah.
White has sacrificed a knight and a bishop to threaten checkmate. How can black give back some of the material to defend?
Why has sacrificed a knight and a bishop to threaten checkmate? How can black give back some of the material to defend? Mate and one. Mate and one. Got challenges. Right now I'm doing chess puzzles, guys. I wish you guys would come up on Twitch and chat. How can black give up some of the material to defend? Okay. This might be dumb, but I think it's like me to do it this way.
White's attack is at least enough for a draw. Try to find a stronger sacrifice to stop checkmate.
Okay. No, it's a knight.
White wins too much material.
No.
Try again and look for a stronger sacrifice to stop checkmate. White resigned in the game Boric-Korobov 2004. How would black recapture on f6? Well done. White's attack runs out of steam and black has a winning material advantage.
Okay. Did not do well in that lesson. Didn't get very many points. That was tough. Okay. That was brutal. Hey, Dothy, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a while. How you doing, man? Got to play Wizardry Variants Daphne, I'm telling you. Play it on the phone or computer. It's amazing. I'm an original Wizardry player from 1981. Let's try the next one. God, it's nice to see you, Doth. No, I'm in real life. Okay, let's do it this way. Next lesson.
One of the most common good sacrifices is the exchange sacrifice. 2 pawns or a positional advantage is often sufficient compensation for the exchange.
Okay, ready to go.
Can you think of a chess move that can help you unleash an incredible attack or help you defend a difficult position just as easily? The exchange sacrifice can do exactly these things, making it an excellent weapon for attack and defense. An exchange sacrifice is when you sacrifice a rook for a minor piece. In this position, white has just played g4. Assuming that the knight must move back to f6, its only safe square. Notice that black has the 2 bishops, the rook on c4, and the queen on a5, all putting pressure on white's castled king. White's knight on c3 is keeping the position together. So one thing to consider is an exchange sacrifice. If black sacrifices the exchange immediately with rook takes c3, removing the guard and threatening queen a2 check, white can simply play knight takes c3. And after bishop takes c3, queen takes c3, white captures with the queen, allowing the king an important escape square on d2. After queen takes a2 check, king c1. Black's exchange sacrifice was not successful as white is able to escape the attack. In the game, black played the powerful move knight g3, attacking both the knight on e2 and rook on h1. If white moves the rook, black will simply capture the knight on e2 when white's knight on c3 loses its key protection. Black's 2 bishops,
I saw that right away when I
will
first looked at it.
overwhelm white's defenses.
1 out of 80 ain't bad.
In the game, white played knight takes g3. White's knight on c3 has lost its key defender, the other knight. So black destroys white's defenses with the exchange sacrifice, rook takes c3. This is the easiest type of exchange sacrifice to play. White cannot accept the sacrifice because after b takes c3, black will deliver checkmate after queen takes a2 check, followed by queen a1, checkmate. Black has already regained the sacrifice material and has an overwhelming attack. Black won the game quickly. Let's take a look at another example of the exchange sacrifice.
I love these lessons on chess.com.
In this position,
they're awesome.
Grandmaster Jan Timman just played f6, attacking white's knight. Grandmaster Ulf Andersson, playing the white pieces, ignores this threat and unleashes a powerful positional exchange sacrifice with rook takes b5. After the captures bishop takes b5, rook takes b5, f takes e5, and rook takes a5, let's take a look at this position. White sacrificed a rook for a knight and a pawn. Why would white do this? White does not have a clear attack against the king, so we call this sacrifice a positional exchange sacrifice. Notice that white has a passed pawn on c5, 2 powerful bishops pointing toward the queen side, and white is already threatening to take another pawn with rook takes a7. Black, on the other hand, has all of his pieces on the back rank and is very passive. White has an overwhelming positional advantage. After rook c7, guarding the weak a7 pawn, Andersson played c6, grabbing more space and preparing to play bishop takes a7 on the next move, creating another passed pawn on the a-file. White's pieces are working very well together, and black's rooks will remain passive. White's positional advantage led to victory in the endgame. Let's take a look at one more example together. Exchange sacrifices are not always played to attack your opponent. Grandmaster and future world champion Mikhail Botvinnik has found himself in trouble with the black pieces. Black has a weak pawn structure, and white has a simple plan of winning the c5 pawn with moves like queen f2 and knight a4. After losing that pawn, black would be down material and also would not have any active play. Botvinnik used the exchange sacrifice to try and hold his position together by playing the surprising rook d4. Black offers an exchange sacrifice to fix his doubled pawns on the c-file and keep the position closed. If white accepts the exchange sacrifice right away with bishop takes d4, c takes d4, after knight a4, black would use the same plan as in the game with c5. Let's see what happened in the game to understand why this exchange sacrifice was black's best chance. In the game, white played knight e2. Since black's bishop on a6 is poorly placed, Botvinnik places the bishop on a better diagonal with bishop c8. After knight takes d4, c takes d4, black has sacrificed the rook for a knight, but has undoubled his pawns, and black's newly created passed pawn on d4 blocks the only file that was open, the d file. This will make it difficult for white to find open lines to make the most out of the two rooks. In this position, white should have kept the advantage by playing bishop d2, so white could later plan to open up the queen side for the rooks by playing a3 and b4. White played bishop f2, and after c5, Botvinnik has a very strong pawn center and makes it very difficult for white to open up lines on the queen side for his rooks. If white can't activate the rooks, then white's small material advantage isn't that important. Black's defensive exchange sacrifice kept the position closed and forced white to make difficult decisions.
Love you, Nair.
Not only did Botvinnik defend this position, he later attacked on the king side and was able to win the game.
Yeah.
Are you ready to unleash the powerful exchange sacrifice?
This is going to be a tough one. Let's see if I get it. Boy, these are tough. In this struggle for the center, can you find a powerful move for black that creates a strong attack? Can you...
Fantastic decision. Black sacrifices the exchange to create a powerful attack. How should black best continue?
Could go for that. But this would immediately... I could go for the pawn and block here, which... or the queen for the mate. But he's going to block with the knight. Bishop takes. Could go with a rook. And he's going to go rook to rook. So I think it's this move. Probably wrong.
Nice try, but there is a much stronger capture in the position to continue your attack.
Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah. Damn it, I knew.
Nice move. Black has a strong position, but white creates some complications returning the exchange. Can you find a stronger capture that doesn't allow white any counterplay?
Wow. I missed it.
Fantastic decision. Black sacrifices the exchange to create a powerful attack.
Stronger.
How should black best continue? Nice try, but there is a much stronger capture in the position to continue your attack.
Fuck.
Try again.
Much stronger capture.
The exchange sacrifice has created an overwhelming advantage for black. The f3 pawn will soon fall, and black has two powerful pawns in the center. Great work. Future world champion Mikhail Botvinnik has to decide how to capture the bishop. See if there is a powerful exchange sacrifice that wins for white.
Powerful exchange sacrifice for white. Well, I normally go with the rook takes the bishop. Future world champion Mikhail Botvinnik has to decide how to capture the bishop. See if there's a powerful exchange sacrifice that wins for white. Oh boy, I think it's here.
We are deciding how to best capture the e6 bishop. Try again.
Oh.
Excellent calculation.
Well, that's what we've
Black
done
has
in
a
the first
powerful
place.
passed pawn on d3,
It's not
but
really
it's no
a
match for a mating
sacrifice.
attack starting with an exchange sacrifice.
Has a powerful pass pawn on d3, but it's no match for mating attack starting with an exchange sacrifice.
Great job. Let's hunt down Black's king. You
I
got
would
it.
have done the rook move.
How should White force Black's king to the open e-file? Great decision. Black's king is forced to the open e-file. How do we... The attack continues. Great job. How should White continue the attack? Your pieces are working together beautifully. Now that the king is on the c-file, let's attack it with our rook. You played like Botvinnik.
I should
Great
have had
job.
the rook that first
Black
move.
is forced to block
Blew
with
that,
the queen
blew
when
that.
Black's position collapses. Fantastic use of the exchange sacrifice.
These lessons are great. I highly recommend them. I really do. I put this off for a long time, a couple years, and decided to do this on Mondays. So thank you all for watching. I very much appreciate it. Okay, we'll go to the next one.
Future world champion Tigran Petrosian has the black pieces and wants to blast open the center with d5. Find a strong move that prepares this move and creates weaknesses around White's king.
Find a strong move that prepares this move and creates weaknesses around the White's king. Wants to go d5.
Nice try, but there's a much stronger move to find that creates weaknesses around White's king and prepares d5. Try again.
Yeah, I don't see it. I mean, I would go here. No. But it said prepare for d5. So. Man, why is it? Hey. He's cutting off my computer. Ouch. There you go. Sorry. Shout. Love you, buddy. I do. I just don't. I don't see it. Oh, I do. Shit.
Petrosian was famous for these positional exchange sacrifices.
Missed it.
Great
My
job
bad.
finding his idea.
I missed it.
Let's blast open the center with d5.
Okay.
Power chess! Black blasts open the center, forcing white to play the passive knight b1 in
Missed
response.
it. Didn't
Black's
even
powerful
look at it.
center and white's weakened king
God.
gives
Shadow.
black full compensation for the exchange sacrifice.
I got a cat that loves. You're going to knock all this stuff out. I love you, buddy. I do. You are freaking amazing. Please don't do that. Okay. Okay, are you there? Black blast open. All right. Sorry, guys. Got.
Can you find a powerful exchange sacrifice that holds the balance for black?
Nope, nope, nope. God, man, why are you doing that? You're pulling my stuff apart. Shuttle. Okay. I'm going to have to feed him. I'll be right back. I apologize. Where is he? Yeah, little bum. Come on. Yep. Apologize for that. Love you, bud. Rock. Really do. And you're really smart. You like. Okay. And one more sec here. Thank you for your patience. Sorry, guys. My bad. And there's Princess right there. Tag team, I tell you. Yeah, you're a good girl, too. Oh, boy. All right, we're back. Can you find a powerful exchange sacrifice that holds a balance for black? Well, you know, I kind of think it's the knight takes pawn, but
Fantastic. Since 15, bishop takes g6 runs into trouble after queen g8. Grandmaster Karpov takes the rook. Now that the captured knight no longer protects the center, can you find a strong capture for black?
it might be the queen.
Great work. White defends against black's fork threat. Can you find Grandmaster Gadakomsky's incredible bishop move that attacks white's light-squared bishop and offers a second exchange sacrifice? You found Komsky's beautiful move? Karpov decided to play 17. Bishop e3, and the game was soon drawn. But what would you do if white captured the rook on a8? Forking the king and rook gives black a powerful attack. But can you find another move that takes over the long, light-squared diagonal and keeps all options open? You found Kamsky's beautiful move? Karpov decided to play 17. Bishop e3, and the game was soon drawn. But what would you do if white captured the rook on a8?
Because you got another threat. I didn't even say it. No, that's not it. Take this first.
Incredible move.
Yeah.
Black's queen joins the attack against white's
I almost talked
undeveloped
myself
position.
out of it.
Even though white is up 2 exchanges for the moment,
These are hard.
Black's coordinated forces will overwhelm white's defenses.
Thank you all for coming in and watching. Try some more here. It's nice to see Dorothy, man. I haven't seen you forever. Gain time for your attack with the clearance sacrifice. Clearance sacrifice.
When attacking, our pieces need to combine their forces and work together to bring home the victory.
Hey, King and
Sometimes our pieces can
How
get
you
in the
doing,
way
man?
of each other during an
Yes.
attack. When this happens, the attacker needs to open key attacking lines, known as a clearance sacrifice. In this position, Grandmaster Mikhail Tal has sacrificed a rook. White's rook and bishop do not look very safe in front of the black king. Notice if the bishop wasn't on g7, white could deliver checkmate with queen takes h7. Grandmaster Tal unleashes an incredible clearance sacrifice with the move bishop h8. White opens up the 7th rank, threatening queen takes h7 checkmate, so black cannot take the bishop. After king takes f7, can you find a forced checkmate in 2 moves? If you found queen takes f6 check, great job. The game ends after king g8. Queen g7,
Wow.
checkmate. Let's take a look at another example of the clearance sacrifice. In this position, Grandmaster Richard Reddy has the white pieces. The material is even, but white's pieces are much more active than black's. Reddy played bishop f7 check, forcing black's king into the corner with king h8. Black's king is now stuck on the back rank, and Reddy now plays a clearance tactic that opens up the power of the queen and rook on the f-file. Can you find the move? Reddy played the clever move, bishop e8. The bishop clears the f-file for attack
Blocks the rook.
and also interferes with the defense of the black bishop on the back rank. In the game, Reddy's opponent resigned.
Yeah.
If black captures the bishop with rook takes e8,
He just takes the bishop and
white
then
has the winning
checkmate
queen
with the
sacrifice.
rook.
Queen takes f8
Rook
check.
takes rook.
And after rook takes f8, rook takes f8, checkmate. After bishop e8, if black tries bishop takes c5 check, white wins the bishop after
Yeah, me
queen
too,
takes
man.
c5.
You go into
Notice
Hoover's.
that black cannot capture white's bishop
I try to get
because
there once
queen
a
f8
week.
is still checkmate. Let's take a look at one more example together. So far, we have only focused on line clearance, such as opening up a rank or a file. Another important clearance tactic is known as square clearance. In this position, black makes a serious blunder by playing knight h5. Black attacks the bishop on g3, but now that the knight isn't on g7, do you notice that black's queen and king are lined up on the same diagonal? If only white could move the bishop to the e5 square, black's queen would be pinned to the king.
Yeah. Rook takes knight.
Can you find the winning square clearance idea for white? That's right. White can play rook takes h5, winning the knight and clearing the e5 square for the bishop. An unstoppable threat. Now it's your turn to practice
There
winning
we
games
go.
with the
Boy,
clearance
it's
sacrifice.
my turn. Uh-oh. Yeah, man. Missing you too, man. We had some great talks. I am playing Wizardry Variant Daphne at 11 o'clock on live stream, and it's amazing. I've been playing it for about almost 6 weeks now, and they just had their 2 millionth upload. You can play it on phone, iPhone, and Android, and then That was in October, and then in March, they released it on PC and stream. It is a gacha game. It does have microtransactions, and but man, it's a solid game. It's got great storyline. It's got amazing visuals, attacks, special attacks. Combat is crazy good. The voice acting in this game is fantastic, by the way. I mean, it's really solid. And it was made in Japan. You know, Wizardry is originally in 1981. They had a U.S. office and a Canadian office. And so it was a North American company with North American designers. And we'd never seen anything like it. I played Proving Grounds on Monday. I just played it this morning. And in the bottom right corner, it actually shows the interface for Wizardry Proving Grounds. And it's pretty basic. But that little right screen corner actually still works, which was amazing for the reboot for Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord 2024. But it was the full screen was that interface. And all you saw was moving square to square to square. So with Variance Daphne, it blows all Wizardry games away. It really does. And I was thinking it was going to be subtitled. So when I went on Steam and I typed in the United States, it was English. And the voice acting is not only incredible, but they also interact and the parties interact. So you couldn't have evil and good characters in parties back in the original Wizardry trilogy, and I played all three, and I got by all three. Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord, Knight of Diamonds, Legacy of Lilligam. So with Daphne, dude, it's legit. This game is fucking unreal. Sorry about my French. It is a blast. And for me to play it 44 years later, not only playing Daphne, but also playing Proving Grounds, come full circle. Chess is my first love, and Wizardry was my second back in the Apple II Plus days. And so I have a lot of nostalgia for it, but check out my JJ Plays Wizardry as well, and it's pretty good. So we'll go with this game. Here we go. We'll start, see if I understand it. Can you find a clearance sacrifice that wins the game for white? Can you find a clearance sacrifice that wins the game for white? Okay.
Great work. White clears the G7 square and gains a tempo, allowing white to deliver checkmate. Great work. Your clearance sacrifice won the game. How can black win material?
How can black win material? Let's see here. How can black win material? Uh-oh. Got challenges tonight. I am going to be playing these lessons first before I take challenges. Thank you guys for offering those. Please come in Twitch and say, hey, man, I want to play. You know, appreciate you guys, though. I'm doing lessons for the start of the stream. Monday night is going to be lessons. I'm going to try to do these advanced ones. I am not totally positive on this one. How can black win material? How can black win material? Got a maiden one. Maiden one. Okay, think I see it.
Nice try, but black has a strong clearance tactic defined. Try again.
Okay. Yeah, but it's maiden one right there, right?
Nice.
Far out. See, this is the... Man, I am not seeing it. Seeing this.
Nice try, but white is able to castle to safety. Did you have to defend, or is there an incredible clearance tactic defined?
Yeah, but it's got to be a check, right?
Brilliant. Black responds to a line. Excellent work.
God,
Black's clearance tactic wins white's queen for a rook, eliminating white's attack.
missed it. My bad. Yeah, he's tough.
White has strong pressure on the h-file, but the dark squared bishop is in the way. Can you find a powerful clearance tactic?
White has strong pressure on the h-file, but the dark squared bishop is in the way.
Nice try, but after bishop takes g7 and king takes g7, black's king will escape the attack. Can you find a stronger bishop move to clear open the h-file?
Yeah, fuck.
What an incredible move.
That was my first
Black has
thought. I
4
missed
pieces protecting the e7 square.
Missed it.
But the bishop cannot be... White's powerful clearance tactic
Missed
won a
it.
queen. Great work. Black's kingside has been weakened, but white's king is on the dangerous g1a7 diagonal. Can you find a line clearance tactic that sets up a deadly discovered check? Excellent. White's king should have moved to h1, but white steps directly into the tactic. Play black's best move. Fantastic move. Black cleared the g1a7 diagonal, combining a line clearance, and discovered check tactic to win a queen. White has sacrificed a piece to rip open black's kingside. Can you find an incredible square clearance that forces checkmate for white?
White has sacrificed a piece to rip open black's kingside. Can you find an incredible square clearance that forces checkmate for white? Thank you for following. Austin Horner Welder, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for following tonight. Let me see here. Incredible clearance. Let me see. Can I I checkmate him? Incredible clearance. Forces checkmate for white.
Nice try, but this move doesn't work. Try again.
Damn. Yeah, I do not know. I do not know. I don't think it's this. If you spam me on challenges, probably won't play you when I do want to take challenges tonight. And of course, you're not coming in to Twitch to say, hey, no worries, TOS prevents me from responding on YouTube. Thank you, Austin, I appreciate that. I will take challenges here shortly. No worries, I'm good. Thanks, Tathy, I appreciate it. Doing lessons tonight. JT, 7336, thank you for following, appreciate you. Doing advanced lessons. I put them off for a couple years, so I'm trying them. Will take those challenges. I am not a blitz player or a bowl player, but I will play blitz. I am a classical player, but my USCF rating is way higher than my chess.com ratings. But I will take challenges shortly. I want to try to get through these advanced lessons tonight. I'm going to do some lessons and then I'll take challenges. And I think Austin was first, actually, if I recall right. But we'll let me get through these. I'm having a little trouble with this one. I'm not sure how I'm going to clear it. It's a clearing move, and I don't see it. It's a clearing move, and I don't see it. It's here, let's see. Nitrous takes. Check. Ooh, there it is.
Nice try, but this does not force a win for white. Try again. Nice try, but this idea doesn't work. Try again.
Everything. Oh my God, I'm failing miserably. Failing miserably. Clearing move. And it's not one of the knights.
Nice try, but this does not force a win for white. Try again.
God. Do not see it. I do not see it. I already tried taking the knight. That's what I thought first. Clearing move. I don't think this is it, but no. Man, I do not see it at all. Yeah, that's not it. I'm just trying pieces now. I've totally lost this one. Holy smokes. It's not taking this. I need to take a hint.
If only white's knight on f5 could move to h6, it would be checkmate. Find white's winning clearance tactic of that square.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You gotta be kidding, is it this?
Clever move, but this pawn capture allows black's king an escape square.
That square.
Try again. You're on the right track.
It's not there either.
Nice try, but this does not force a win for white. Try again.
Falling apart right now. And it's not there. What is it? Is it here?
Brilliant move. No matter how black captures the queen, white has a forced checkmate with the same move.
15.
What is that game-winning move?
Right here, and that's what I was looking at.
You got it.
Figure it out.
Excellent work finding clearance tactics.
Yeah, I didn't do very well in that one. I'm going to have to go back over that. Okay, let's do one more. JT was right. Let's look one more tonight. Then I'll take
Pieces are not good at defending more than one thing at a time. If a piece is defending too many things, it is overloaded, and the opponent can often distract the defender and win material.
Okay. We love tic-tac-toes.
Have you ever tried to do too many things at once and felt overwhelmed? Chess pieces are not great at multitasking. If you expect one piece to do too many things at once, it can become overloaded. In this position, white is worried about the fork on f2.
I'm going to pause it for a sec. Oh man, I'm stuck. What's going on? What the hell? Be right back. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's finish this up. And then I'll take some challenges tonight.
And plays the aggressive queen a4. Moving the queen away from the fork tactic and attacking black's rook on e8. Now that the queen left the back rank, white's knight that was guarding h2 from checkmate now has the extra job of guarding the back rank from checkmate as well. White's knight is overloaded, and black can win the game by playing rook e1 check. Sacrificing the rook, as the overloaded knight can't both protect the back rank and checkmate on h2 at the same time. After knight takes e1, black wins with queen takes h2. Checkmate. After queen a4, black can also take advantage of the overworked knight by first playing queen takes h2 check, forcing the knight to capture the queen with knight takes h2, opening up white's vulnerable back rank. Black forces checkmate after rook e1 check, knight f1, rook takes f1.
Yep.
Checkmate. Let's take a look at another example of the overloaded piece. In this position, white's king is in danger. White's rook on g1 is guarding the g2 square from checkmate. As white's rook is the only piece actively guarding the king, Grandmaster Friedrich Olafsson, playing with the black pieces, finds a spectacular combination to overload the white rook, beginning with the queen sacrifice, queen g2 check. In the game, white resigned because the rook is overloaded. It can't both protect the g2 square and the back rank at the same time. After rook takes g2, knight f3 check, black forces checkmate after king h1.
Right, and
rook d1 check.
D-file rook goes checkmate.
Rook g1. Okay. And rook takes g1. Checkmate. Let's take a look at one more example together. In this position, Cuban Grandmaster Jose Raul Capablanca has the white pieces. Black's queen on f8 is guarding the weak back rank as well as the g7 square. Capablanca takes advantage of the overloaded queen by playing the stunning queen sacrifice, queen takes g7 check. White's opponent, Grandmaster Spielmann, resigned. The queen sacrifice destroys the king's protection on the long dark square diagonal after queen takes g7, rook e8 check. If black blocks the check with queen g8,
bishop to e5.
The overloaded queen is pinned to the back rank, so white can play bishop e5 check, with checkmate to follow on the next move. After rook e8 check, if black returns the sacrificed queen with queen f8, white finishes the game nicely after rook takes f8 check, forcing king g7. Attacking white's rook on f8. White can finish the game with a nice discovered attack, bishop h6 check.
Rook takes rook.
The bishop checks the king, guarding the rook on f8 from the king's capture, and reveals the rook's attack on f2. So after king takes h6, rook takes f2, white is up a rook and should win easily.
Yep.
Are you ready to overload your opponent's defenses?
Well, here we go.
Let's see.
Hit and miss, we'll see. Find Grandmaster Mark Tamanov's overload tactic that forces mate for black. That forces mate for black.
Excellent work. White's overloaded bishop was protecting both f1 and d1. Nice try.
Oh,
this
shit.
move loses for black. Try again.
Didn't even look. It was my fault.
You got it. Now deliver checkmate. You exploited the overload tactic like a grandmaster. Great work. White's queen is guarding both the rook and knight. Can you take advantage of this overloaded piece? Or should black just take the pawn on a2?
White's queen is guarding both the rook and the knight. Can you take advantage of this overloaded piece, or should black just take the pawn on a2?
Excellent. White's queen is overloaded and cannot capture the rook due to back rank mate, so black wins a knight.
White's queen is overloaded and cannot capture the rook due to back rank mate, so black wins the knight. All right, what should they do? Well, why am I not? Oh, it's next. I thought my next move was. Okay.
How can white take advantage of the overloaded f6 knight? Fantastic. This was the move black overlooked. Black's knight cannot protect both d5 and h7, so white wins black queen or delivers checkmate. Grandmaster Judith Polgar is stretching GM Karpov's defenses to its limits. Can you find her powerful overload tactic that wins material? Nice work. This overload tactic also works for black. See if you can find a powerful overload tactic with the knight. Grandmaster Judith Polgar is stretching GM Karpov's defenses to its limits. Can you find her powerful overload tactic that wins material? Great move. White's queen is overloaded. Can you find a similar? Grandmaster Judith Polgar, you found the Grandmaster's move. Great job. Karpov tries to trick black. Let's choose between capturing white's bishop with the rook or knight. You found Polgar's winning move when Karpov resigned. Great job. Black will capture the queen on the next turn with a winning position. White overlooked a winning overload combination, forcing the promotion of a pawn. Can you find the tactic that a grandmaster missed?
White overlooked a winning overload combination, forcing the promotion of a pawn. Can you find the tactic that a grandmaster missed? Probably not, but we'll see. Overloading a pawn. Wasn't this Kramnik? I've seen this game before. I think this was Kramnik. I may be wrong.
Great move, taking advantage of the overloaded queen. Black plays a tricky move, carefully watching the h1, a8 diagonal, where our king is located. How do you prevent any tactics on that diagonal before continuing with your plan?
H1, let me see. Carefully watching the H1, A8 diagonal. How do you prevent any tactics on that diagonal before continuing with your plan?
Nice try, but this move does not win for white. We need to move our king out of danger before finding a winning plan on the queen side.
Oh, H1A8. Damn, I was looking at the wrong freaking diagonal. H1A8. What's...
You found an incredible quiet move that secures the win. Now it's time to overload black's queen and force a promotion. Find the move. Impressive play. Black's queen is overloaded as it cannot both protect the promotion square on b8 and capture white's knight, so white is winning. GM Aronian missed this idea, allowing GM Kramnik to escape with a draw.
I was right, it was GM Kramnik. Yeah. Kramnik missed that move. I was watching I watched the Gotham Chess replay of that game, and Gotham Chess said he missed a move, and it was that pawn move on A5. And interesting. That was pretty cool. Man, I love these puzzles. I really do. I think they're amazing. So anyway, I'm going to do these Monday and just get better and better and hopefully get better and get through them. I will take challenges now. I think, let's see, who was up first for the challenges? Let me go back up and look. I believe it was Austin. Austin, you were... Austin, is that you? Magic Wands. Austin, is that you? Magic Wands? Yes, okay. All right. Just so you know, not the best speed chess player in the world, so not even close. Glasgow, I do okay, though. Okay. Wheel. See how this goes. Okay. And interesting because I'm going to play Slav. I didn't even know it was rated. I'm going to lose 26 points. I've already lost over 200 points. Since Christmas, man, I've just been getting rolled by low-rated players. Okay. How are you guys doing tonight? Thank you all for coming in and watching. JT is next, 2000 ELO. I don't usually win challenges that much. And the first time I ever played speed chess is basically in a tournament in July of 2024. So I actually got to the final. I took 5th. After winning the longer time controls, winning 3 and taking 2nd in a tournament last year. March, 1st of March, 2nd in April, 1st of May, 1st in June, and then they switched it to 10-0, and man, I'd never played it before. Dad taught me in 1969, and then my chess coach felt that we shouldn't play speed chess, so I am going to trying though. It's amazing. Dothy. Yeah, that's a good move. Do I like that? Interesting position. Thank you all for watching tonight. Okay. You don't want to step into that. Huh. Thank you all for coming in tonight. That was pretty cool. And Magic just kind of stepped into a bad trap. And I did try to play unorthodox because I thought I might need to. That's a good move, though. That is a very good move, actually. Really prevents me of castling. Okay. Yep, good move. Good move. No, you got some good moves, you do. Yeah. Bring your pieces into play, stopping what I was going to do next. That's exactly what I was going to do, too. I'm going to pin the knight. Okay, let's see here. Ouch. Yeah, I was attacking your rook. Magic, how long you been playing for? right on the cat. You're playing Space Invaders on PS1. I remember playing that in college. Only abandoned. Shouldn't have abandoned. 10 years. Okay. I got some help. We're going to go over the review. You know, he fell for that queen trap, and actually the only real bad blunder was the rook. When I tried to move in, all you had to do is protect the rook there. But good game, man, and let's go over the review. I love chess.com for this. I think the reviews are really important.
A nice tactical blow in the opening. Let's look at your great moves.
No worries. I'm not even worried about it. Not even worried about it. It's all good. Okay, we'll start the review. Let's said 950. So you played twice your elo. 950. And honestly, you played some really solid moves. You didn't follow up with the fianchetto, which I think you should have in the early going. And let me
opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces.
And I'm not an expert by any means, so I'm just from my standpoint. My highest rating was 1864 WCF, which is Washington Chess Federation's Washington State, and it was provisional. It went down quite a bit, actually. My USCF rating, however, was 1648, and it was not provisional. I was the first board in 73 and 74 in high school. So, granted, I am not close to being an expert. But Queen's Pawn opening, I thought you were really going to go for the London, or you were going to go for a Queen's Gambit. And we'll go.
D5 establishes a presence in the center, controls the E4 square, and opens up the light squared bishop, creating a pawn chain.
And this is a Queen's Pawn opening, and I always play Slav.
That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure. This move clears the way to bring their bishop into the game.
Kind of semi-Slav, actually. Change it up a little bit.
You are bringing your bishop into play, eyeing the central squares.
My next position piece is going to move to E6, but I changed it up a little bit. I wanted to make this threat, and it's not a threat because you could block with the pawn. Actually, the fianchetto, I thought you were going to do bishop to G2, is what I thought was going to happen.
Their knight comes into play, attacking the center.
And it kind of opens me up, and I am worried about this queen coming out for the check.
This move activates your knight to strengthen control over the center.
And I'm actually a Petrov's player, so I didn't play Petrov's against this at all and wasn't going to.
Their knight is now in a stronger position, controlling key areas of the board.
Yeah, and that was a very solid move. But yeah, Austin, I think just like the coach says, and I love the coach on chess.com. I really do love this function. And I really think you should have fianchetto right away. Made some power, castle behind it, get your knights out. And I just think it would have been a better position. And what ended up happening is I got a situation where I got behind it and kind of got lucky.
Nice, definitely the right move.
But I'm going to prevent this knight protecting the bishop and attacking my knight. Don't want anything over there at this time. I'm still thinking queenside, even though I got an open with the black diagonal.
That's playable.
Yeah, I still thought the knight move was coming. I thought that would come. And then I was going to bring the knight over here.
You are bringing your knight into play, eyeing the central squares.
And then move the pawn, and the coach says I did it backwards.
Their better move was to develop a bishop by placing it on the long diagonal.
Yeah.
You get a chance to force an isolated pawn.
I think that was huge. Because having your back pieces on the back rank, you're not getting them off, so you need to develop them.
Your bishop is ready to be developed to an active square.
Yeah. I was worried about this move, though. I really was. This actually could have been a really good move. And it wanted me to take the piece. And what I saw was, and this is, this is what I was looking at. All the pieces are on the back rank. Everything. There's no development. There's only a knight. And I saw power. It wasn't going to do anything. I was going to trade down with it. I just happened to get lucky and get a queen fork. But I thought maybe go on the attack on the queen side, and there's nothing to protect over here. It's all in the back row.
Decent move, but they had a better one.
And that prevented this. That prevented what was going to happen. Minket, you're not next. JT is.
Yes, this is the way.
Okay, so I bring the knight in first.
You get a chance to win a tempo by threatening a queen.
Was still waiting for this. Really was. And here we go.
You're preparing for the game ahead, activating the queen in the opening.
And I did not go with the knight move. I was thinking of it, and I thought, I think I'll go with the queen bishop first. And maybe that was a mistake on my part. It could have been.
Your best move was to capture a bishop that was threatening to win material.
Nice protecting. I just thought, yeah, says I did it wrong.
You get a chance to win a queen through a fork.
Yep. That was it right there. Needed to block with the knight. I would take, then we trade queens.
You will win a queen with a fork.
So I just broke through and got lucky, really.
You get a chance to checkmate the king.
And I missed it. I totally missed it. Why did I miss that? I totally missed it. Man, it's on D2 just hanging there and I missed it.
Your best move was to checkmate the king.
That was my bad. That was my bad. I actually didn't say
That's
it.
a useful pin you found.
Surprised. Not surprised, really. And thank you, Austin. We'll play again. Guarantee if you come back, we'll play again. Hope you enjoyed the game. I think developing, and when you're making those moves, develop your pieces, defend your pieces. Really, honestly, I got a lucky queen fork. I did too. That was fun. We'll play again. Okay, JT's up. Minket is next after. JT is still there. This is going to be a tough game. 2,000 rated player. Alrighty, let me see if he's still there. What the hell? My face. Purina Bunny Chow Chow? Well, what? My Facebook just gave me a notification. I was like, what? All right, let me turn on the lights here. Did JT leave? I love you, Near. Did you play him? Let me turn on the lights and be right back. I'm going to take a quick bio, and then I'll come back and play. think I'm going to do the lessons every Monday, and then take challenges if everybody thinks that's a good idea. I think those lessons are amazing, and I probably shouldn't have put them off this long. I need some work on them, definitely. I need to look at them and work on them. So, doing good. JD, how you doing? How you been? So, he actually played twice as Elo. And really, honestly, if he didn't fall for the Queen Fork, yeah, he would have been fine. But I think developing his pieces in that opening probably would have helped a lot. So, Austin, it was great to play you. Thank you so much. I'm waiting for JT, I think it's JT, new follower, 2,000 rated player, wanted to play. I love you, Near. Did you play him? JT7338. Are you guys playing? Okay, I haven't heard. I think they might be playing. All right, Mancat, go ahead. Send it. That was cool to play those chess lessons. I really enjoyed them tonight. I hope you did too. We'll go for the next tactic, next lessons. Let's get through them. Sorry, I was just trying to get to the front. Went through a few lessons. Okay. Let's see here. Minkat, did you send one? Yeah, JT's a 2,000 rated player. I think I Love You Near played. I Love You Near stole him. Okay. Kidding. Totally kidding. All right. It's going to be a tough game. He has more wins against me than I have against him. Played Scotch like always. Should I do this? Should I do it? Force him out. Force him out. Probably a bad move on my part. Kind of thought so. Bad move on part of it. On the bishop move. That was my fault. Living on the edge. Living on the edge. Thank you all for coming in and watching tonight. I'm going to check on who's in watching. Dorothy, man, it's been... I was just showing your origami chess pieces to Regina and Cheyenne for my birthday last week, and they were fascinated. And I showed the artwork with the knight, sunglasses. Yeah, pretty cool, man. Okay. Yeah, that's going to protect that a little bit. I think that's a smart move. And I kind of want that line, though. We'll see. Yeah. Yeah, that was was a good move. That was a heck of a good move. Yep. Well. That would be a good move for the line. I think I'm going to move the other way. Get out of that line. That was a good move. Didn't expect it. Hey, we're going to castle out of it. Probably shouldn't, but I think we will. Very good. Trunkstep plays really fast, so it takes me a while to think about stuff. I am not the best at that. That would be a mistake on my part, I think. Possibly coming, so I think I will play that. Yeah, that's a good move. Thank you for following Split Gator. How you doing, Split? What's up? Thank you for following. I don't know if I want to power through the center. Doing good, thank you. Did some lessons today, the advanced lessons on chess.com. Ran those for about an hour and a half, and then taking challenges. Been pretty fun so far. Do I want to do that, or do I want to do this? Might be a mistake. Yeah, it's been a good day. Been a good day. Thank you all for coming in. Had a good Wizardry day today, too. I'm an original Wizardry player from 1981 with Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord. And that is a lot of fun. I think we'll just mark her here. I can't do that. Can't do it. Well, man, I don't like that. Okay. So far, so good tonight. Okay. It's tough. Tough game. Playing well. Ninket. Yeah, I thought I messed that up. Damn it. Should have put that pawn out there. Yep. Wheel. Don't like that too much. Not a lot I can do. Okay. It's going to cover that. Excuse me. All right. Changes that. Yeah. Go like that. A slow pawn. Yeah, good move. Good game. Good game. Man, that was intense. Just had a little edge in the end game. Really fortunate. I think when you moved the knight, I think you should have kept the knight back. It looked like it was going to be a draw. Your knight, I think, was more powerful than my bishop, but I had the white squares covered. Let's go over the review.
That free piece won you a hard-fought game. Let's look at how that move made the difference.
Yeah, that. Played 1800. Mincat, you played 1800, man. You had more best moves than I did in that game. Played 92.7 in the opening. I played 96.7. I'm a Scotch player for a lot of years. Middle game, 87.6, 87.3. So you had me in the middle game. 79.2 in the end game and 90.6. And that has always been my strong point. Let's go over the review.
Opening with the king's pawn controls the center and opens up the light-squared bishop and queen, often leading to sharp games.
What was the mouse slip? Mincat, you had a mouse slip? What happened? What'd you do? Where was the mouse slip? Show me when it happens.
E5 is a common response that establishes a presence in the center.
I'm sorry, I had
controls
a mouse
D4,
slip.
and opens up the queen and dark-squared bishop. Knight F3 develops the knight toward the center, attacks the E5 pawn, and prepares. Knight C6 develops the knight toward the center, protects the pawn on E5,
C4.
and eyes the D4 square.
When you brought the knight in? Knight C4.
In the Scotch game, D4 gains space in the center and attacks the E5 square twice. E takes D4 opens up the center and is somewhat forced, given that white was attacking the pawn twice. Knight takes D4 recaptures the pawn and centralizes the knight. Knight F6 develops the knight and attacks the undefended E4 pawn. Knight takes C6 captures the knight and forces black to double their C-pawns. B takes C6, captures the knight, controls the D5 square, and opens up the B file.
Yeah,
Bishop D3 develops the bishop toward the center and defends the E4 pawn.
I probably was just trying to move fast because I had 1:30 left. And you're probably right. I'll look at it. But, you know, I took it.
This move doesn't help their position at all.
I traded with the bishop and didn't take with the pawn. You may be right. I may have missed that.
Develops the knight and attacks the center. That's playable. Not the best move, but not bad. They slipped up a bit here, developing the bishop and increasing influence in the center. Their better move was to castle kingside. You missed a better way to develop further.
Yeah, I kind of...
Their best option was to castle kingside.
That was a mistake.
That was a fair trade. Their best option was you missed the only move in a critical position.
Damn. Check. Yeah. And I actually was thinking about that. That was my bad.
Creating a pawn chain. Castling kingside tends to be safer because your king is further from the center.
Of course, I didn't do it, which, you know, horseshoes and hand grenades.
Moving their bishop to a better position. You exchange pieces of equal value. A clear recapture.
I was eyeing this line for so long, and I just couldn't see a way through it.
This pin ties down their bishop, reducing its flexibility. They made a solid choice and castled same side as you did. Very good choice. Their piece is now in a more active square. This is a fine move.
I didn't know if it was or not because I was worried that you were going to move the pawn up and try to pin and get that knight on me, but I didn't know if you could pull it off or not.
Your opponent activates their last piece, bringing all of their forces into play. You gained control of more squares with this. They've improved the positioning of their bishop. You had a better option, but this is not bad.
Yeah, that was when I thought that I made the mistake.
Decent move, but they had a better one.
Not the first time, but the second time I did it.
Good thinking. This move puts your piece into a stronger, more active position.
Yeah, my knight's stronger.
This is a fair trade. A logical capture.
I do like my knights in the end game in a situation like this. I knew I kind of might have made a mistake, sort of, and I thought I probably gave them an
They played one of the best
here.
moves here.
Yeah, I was really smart.
Well done, an excellent move. They made one of the top moves in this position. You are threatening to capture a bishop and win material after the follow-up trades. Your opponent reinforced the defense of their bishop. You trade off equal material. A straightforward recapture. That was an even swap of material. A clear recapture. That was a fair trade.
It's a pretty good
Straightforward
game.
recapture. This move is okay, but not what I would have played.
And you know, I actually was looking at that move too, but I thought he's just going to move up, move out of it. But I did look at that move, and I thought maybe I could get on this line or this line, and the king's on this side. I actually, that was the move that I was considering.
They played the strongest move
and
available.
again, horseshoes and hand grenades because I didn't do it.
Very good choice. I like their choice.
And this is when I realized I messed up with not pushing that pawn.
You have to use your king in the endgame. Their king is now leaving the back rank. You kick the opposing knight with a pawn, forcing it away.
But that was nice. I was able to kick him out.
They move the knight to safety. Good job. That's what I would have played too.
I thought we were going to dance for a while with the
They played one of the
bishop.
best moves here.
You're right. I could have took
Good
the
thinking.
knight with the pawn.
This move puts your bishop into a strong... That's not a mistake. This is a fine move. They made one of the top moves. Clearly, you don't want to leave. I like their choice. Well done, an excellent move. They
We're
are
gonna
threatening.
dance.
This move makes your bishop. They are right on target. This moves your bishop to a precise move from your... Nice, definitely. They played the strongest move available. Correct, of course. Move away from danger. They left their knight open for capture, giving you a chance to
You're
win
right,
material.
Yeah, you made a mouse slip, and I just instantly took with the bishop. So I think we're even, Mincat, because I took it with the pawn. I had 150 on the clock. I kept watching my time. I'm going, shit, I'm not going to have time. That was my fault. I can't believe I didn't take with a pawn, but I didn't expect it, I guess. Yeah, blame me. That was me. We've got other players who want to play tonight. Mincat, we've talked about this before. I know you want to play, and I really appreciate it, and I appreciate every time we do play. I really do. I just want to get people in, to get them, other people playing. But let's go over the review and the next person's
Your
up.
better option was to capture a vulnerable knight. A clear recapture.
And Wednesday and Thursday, again, it's challenge night, so I'll be happy to play anytime.
You recapture the piece. They did not find. Very good choice. They are right on target. Yes, this is the way. That's playable. This is a fine move.
I was down to 126, but I thought, you know what? I've got the extra pawn move on C3, and I've got some moves here. We just traded up, and I'm really good in the end game. I've always been really strong in the end game, way stronger
Decent
than my
move,
normal
but they had a
play.
better one.
But I studied the end game in high school, and then even when I was in that club here on the Central Oregon coast. Not much on the one in Lincoln City, this last club, but I've always been pretty good at end games. That's what everybody says anyway.
Good job. That's what I would
And
have played too.
I feel really confident in an end game like this.
That's not a mistake. But they did not find the best move here.
Yeah.
Well done. An excellent
Shut
move.
that down. Wanted me to do that and get a pass pawn. And I should have broke out. And I saw the breakout and
That's
thought I'm
playable.
going to wait.
That pawn chain will help strengthen your pawn structure.
Yeah, it's going to break through. Because the thing is,
Their move is a mistake, giving
Yeah.
you a strong protected passed pawn.
I've got an extra pawn there, and I got an extra move on C3.
You exchange pieces of equal value. A straightforward
Got to take
recapture.
it.
Nice. Definitely the right move.
Yeah, and then the push. You can play anyone you want. Just randomly pick it anytime you want. When you first played me, you played white like 4 times in a row, and that's why I mentioned it. But yeah, you can put it on random, or if you want to choose white. I mean, I'm totally cool with that, Ming Cat. But you beat me with white almost every time you play, and I have no problem with it. So yeah, I don't know why you didn't go on random or pick white. But I appreciate it. It was a good game. I'm surprised I didn't even see that the knight was hanging. And it was mouse slip, so it worked out, which is a good thing. So, Splitgator, are you here? Splitgator? No? Okay, well, I am going to call it a night then. I very much appreciate everybody. Thank you all for coming in tonight. And Dorothy, man, we gotta meet up, hang out, man. I haven't seen you in a while, dude. It would be cool. And I hope you're doing good. I'm now able to walk without a cane. I still got a little bit of a limp, but I'm doing good. And so I've been able to get out. I'm going to try to go to Hoover's tomorrow. I hope I can get there. But I'm going to really try to make an effort to go to Hoover's tomorrow. And then, of course, Tuesday night is Tuesday Night Blitz. But, man, it's good to see you, man. Check out here. Get in my Discord, buddy. And anybody else is welcome, by the way. This is an invite. See the Discord? It's brand new. Dill put a lot of effort in that. And it's about, what, 4 weeks old now? 3 or 4 weeks old. We got 44 people. What do you mean, not a limp? Pimp walk. Yeah, dude, with a cane. Man, I was busted up, and finally able to walk semi-normal. And I tweaked it last night when I woke up this morning. And so just a little bit, just right there. And I have to go into main stores like Freddy's and Walmart and stuff, and I have to use the cane. But at times I can walk and it doesn't hurt. And I'm losing a lot of weight, so that Morinjara for the, I had an A1C of 9.1. It's now down to 6.2. I've lost about 48 pounds. I've lost more than that, but in the last 4 months, starting my 5th month on it now. So it's been really cool. And, man, if you go into that Discord, that'd be cool. We can talk more often. That'd be fun. And I know Dothy in real life. So we all hung out at Hoover's, all chess players. It's all fun. Been a while since I've seen him. And then, of course, this is the new channel too. I've got a second channel as well. That's the second channel. I play Wizardry at 11 o'clock every morning, and 6:30 I come in for chess. This is my primary channel. I think we have 799 videos now. It's me, my phone, and my microphone, and my kitties, but 799 videos. 4.5 years, man, I put that effort in, love of the game, and I really enjoy it. And this is my primary channel. JJ Plays Chess. It was JJ's Chess Pots or Palace. I decided to change it after I made JJ Plays Wizardry about 4 weeks ago. I have over 40 videos on there, been live streaming too in the mornings, multi-streaming on YouTube, and then multi-streaming here. TOS with Twitch, since I'm primarily streaming on Twitch, does not allow me to interact with people on YouTube. If somebody asks questions or anything like that, I know last week was my birthday and people said happy birthday, and I tried to, I thanked them that was pretty awesome. But for the most part, they want me to primarily focus on Twitch, and that's with their terms of service. So until that changes, and I really don't have verification if it has or it's allowed, because I can put a multi-stream chat in, but I don't want to get in trouble. And so, but I am multi-streaming on YouTube for those who are watching on YouTube. And of course in Twitch, when I take challenges, you know, people are watching on chess.com as well. And but Twitch is the primary channel. I am an affiliate on Twitch. I am not monetized on YouTube. And I have okayed the ads there, but I only have 420 subscribers after 4.5 years on that. And the JJ Plays Wizardry is brand new. It has 23 people that have subbed, which I appreciate every one of them. And I don't think I'll ever, by the time I get to old age of next year, I don't think I'll ever get monetized on YouTube the way it's going. But, you know, if you feel like you want to like or sub on the videos, I think you'd like the content. I put a lot of work into it. I'm not fancy dancy. I'm old and decrepit, but I hope you enjoy the content. And Dothy, man, we gotta stay in touch, buddy. I haven't seen you in a long time. It's nice that you came in tonight. And thank you all for coming in. I will see you tomorrow with Wizardry in the mornings. It will be back to Wizardry Variance Daphne. I'm at the second abyss. I think I'm on my 6th week, and just got through the Iron exam, so I've got, I think, 8 characters that are on the level 50. But what a game. It really is good. And I know it's a gotcha game, but man, it brings back memories of me playing Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord in 1981 in the dark with an Apple II Plus and a TSR Trash-80 monitor. And all of a sudden the picture would come up, and it was kobolds and undead, and then it was ninjas, and they kicked my ass and everybody died. So it was man, Wizard's unforgiving. It's the Dungeon Master. You get in there too far, and all of a sudden you're running back. And unlike Daphne, where they have spells and skills, mechanics are really, it's a tribute what, I can't remember the Japanese developer that made it. And by the way, I am not sponsored by anybody. I'm just a little podunk me, you know. But I really believe in the game. I really like Variance Daphne. And I'm playing the reboot on Proving Grounds, and it was crazy. 44 years have gone by, and I still remember the frickin' maps. Man, I can't get them out of my head. You know, streaming that shit back then. So, hope you have a great night. Thank you all for coming in. I appreciate y'all. And let's try to raid somebody. We got 5 people, and I will be back on doing lessons probably every Monday, and I might, you know, every Wednesday or Thursday just pull a few lessons out. That was a fun night tonight. Thank you all for the challenges, and let's go ahead and raid somebody. Let's see who's up, and I will check Twitch, see if anybody's there. Let's click on my name now. Let's see, stream summary, and see the front page. Nate Optimist, Grizu. I usually go to Innate on the weekends, and there are some players here that are not 18 plus. So let's go to Grizu again, run that, and raid Grizz. If you haven't seen Grizz, he's amazing. So I'm gonna click this off here for now. Actually, I'm gonna put him up there. And we're gonna go, this guy is a really good dude, and he's got great content. I would go to H1 or House of Pancakes. Those guys are amazing too. They aren't on. And it's awesome without the E. And let's Appreciate it if everybody would go with me. Thank you all. Try to give love back. That's all we do. And I really appreciate everybody. And we'll be going over there in 5 seconds. There we go. Actually, 10 seconds. I'm going to turn on the volume for Grizz. And we'll
I think the two mods here are... well, I have no idea where V-Blitz is. He could be around, but he's not commenting.
Okay.
Southern's off to bed, I assume.
Thank you all. You guys have a great day.
There's no mods
Appreciate
in here
you.
right now.
See you at 11 o'clock or 6:30 tomorrow. For Love of the Game Tuesday night.